For y'all on this Monday night. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, what did I do? Let me get my tea. Hi, Donna. Hi, Miss Kelly. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Brandy. Hey, Pam. Tonight we're going to do our rose candy ball. I made her a little bit larger so we could see it on screen better. Now, she better quit jumping around there. Hold on, let me adjust something here because I have kind of learned what causes that. Close your eyes so it don't make you dizzy. I know I will because I have to take this video stand out. Hold up. We're going to go up there. And now we're going to get our... There we go. There we go. Hi, June. Hi, Megan. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Miss Crystal. If I missed saying hello, let me know that you're here. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, good. Hi. Hello, hello. Hi, Catherine.
Look at all them people on there.
I know. Look at this, how beautiful. Y'all are going to love learning this little lady tonight. And then I'm going to show you how to attach it to nails. Now, look, y'all know Thursday night is my one-stroke practice night. This was maybe week before last. I can't remember. This is one of the Stargazer cat eyes I used under these tulips, by the way. It's just so pretty, honey. This is what I started last week. It's a spoon rest. Look at her, how beautiful she's going to be. I didn't get this finished, but I want to do, I don't know, maybe green and yellow centers in these ones. I got some little pink hydrangea, some 3-petal, whatever going on. I don't even know. What did I do to my thumb? I opened a box today and gave her a good little crack. Anyway, I want to finish this up because this is for a gift. I get all of my little wooden pieces like this at Home Goods. If I have time, I want to do a matching charcuterie board to this because when I seal this, I'll seal it with a food safe spray. But our one-stroke gel paints cure and stick to anything wood like this. So it's a great asset to have in your nail art toolbox. But she's gonna be pretty. She's gonna be pretty. Look, if I need a little gift, y'all, I would rather give you something like this that I've put my heart and soul into, that I would buy you a Bath & Body Works lotion and a body spray that you're probably not going to like to begin with. Would you agree? So if you can learn the skill work, even these ones would be beautiful. You could embellish. Like, you don't have to put it down here. You could embellish the handle of that, anything. So that's kind of where I'm at. How y'all doing tonight? You doing good? We've had an exciting day here at headquarters. We're still at headquarters. I was going to go live from my home studio tonight, and we actually left to go home and then had to come back, and then one thing turned into another. So we're still at work. That's all right, isn't it? Some days go like that. But Hillary and I had a fabulous conference call today with our app developers, and I have my little iPad here. I just want to show you, if you have not been on our website recently, if you're using the app, you're not going to see this from the app. Y'all just humor me for a minute here because I got to show you this. If you don't know, Hillary has worked tirelessly on building a brand new platform with all custom coding and everything in the background. That website went live today. Now, it's not all loaded. It's not all loaded because there's so much information over the next few weeks. It's going to continue to load. But do y'all want a sneak peek? Y'all want a sneak peek? And then here in a couple of weeks, you're going to see your app make the change. Right now, the app looks like Christmas. That app is going to move on over and match the website. Girl, you better quit it now. You better quit it. Let me just kind of take that down a little bit. The theme of our new website is the Crown and Conservatory. be the diamond of the season. This is our kickoff theme for our brand new website. Regal, reimagined, and coming soon. We have several Crown and Conservatory collections that will drop when the new website goes into effect. You see right here, we've got timeless, classic, reimagined. You scroll on down, we've given you a few sneak peeks of 2 collections that are going to drop when this website drops. Girl, we have jelly or glass, however you call it. We have jelly cat eyes or glass cat eyes. These cat eyes are see-through. They are see-through, but they have cat eye in them. You cannot buy these yet. You're just getting a sneak peek of them. But these will drop when the new website drops. We have the taffeta tea room. And again, these are jelly polishes, jelly, that's hard to say, jelly gels, jelly cat eye gels. And then we also have velvet and vine. Girl, these are the actual nails that I polished and Hillary photographed. Girl, you better quit it. You can take a sneak peek. You just can't buy anything yet. And then here in a few weeks, we will be introducing the Duchess and Darla collection coming soon. Mama loves it. I'm so glad, Kelly. If you didn't hear my announcement back, I think it was Black Friday, we talked about this. Duchess and Darla are getting their own gel polished collection that will come into core inventory, as well as a few other little things that are Duchess and Darla themed. We scroll on down. Now our categories will be nail accents, watercolor, creative implements, stamping, online learning. There will be a few more that join that. They're just not loaded yet. Look, it's a lot of information on this website that's taking it a while to load. What's trending? The current beauty edit. Garden Party Pastels. You can pop that little arrow and it takes you right over. Now look, it's probably going to take you some places that aren't fully linked yet. This is just a little overview because it's a lot of stuff loading and linking at once. Clean shapes, pearlescent and oyster shell finishes. That's one of the hot nail art trends this summer. Botanicals, subtle lace and sparkle, microchromes, comfortable sophistication, garden party pastels. It starts the loop over again. Isn't it beautiful, Erin? I'm just so, we just could not make it without Hillary. And then you scroll on down and here are your new categories of gel polishes, alcohol inks, glitter, nail tips, and there may be a few more that load into this little area here. Hot this week, our website now has the capability to track our hot selling item of the week. And this little IntelliCure smart lamp has earned first place this week. I'll be using her tonight. Someone asked me, I believe it was Rhonda. If you're watching, so she asked me the wattage on this lamp. This lamp does not have wattage because it's not UV. Because it's that AI technology of the LED smart lamp, it has 404 nanowaves or nanometers, which means if it's at least 400, it cures the hardest of hardest gels. Okay, and that's what you want in a really, really good lamp. Do not be fooled by knockoff lamps of this on other places on the internet, honey, because you're going to get a lamp that looks like it, and then it's not going to fully cure your gels, all right? And then down here, and these little ladies move. Look at them. We're on the gram. You can go follow us on Instagram. We'll soon have we'll have our TikTok and everything linked here. This is just the homepage of the website so far. Eventually, as all of this loads, let me show you one of the best features that Hillary's built into this website. When you click your gel polish and you're going to buy that gel polish, well, let's just look at our new photographs. Ladybug Luster, for example. She has outdone herself. I cannot tell you how many conference calls we've had with our app developers, with our new live studio setup that'll be coming into effect here in the next couple of weeks. And that's all possible because of you guys. We want to make your shopping experience super easy on our website. Now, once this is all loaded, especially if this is a color, look. You scroll down, you're going to choose if you want this in a single, a 2-pack, or a 6-pack. You scroll on down, and once everything is loaded right here, she not here yet, is where you grab your MSDS sheet for that particular product. Oh, honey. That'll actually be the last thing that loads in here. Those MSDS sheets take up a ton of space on our website, so we're letting everything else upload and get the website running so that the app developers can switch our app over, and then those will probably load towards the end of March before that MSDS drops in there. That's the goal. And then your color disclaimers are here that explains, each person's monitor or device is a little bit different. Your shipping and returns, that information is right here in case you need it. And here's what people are talking about. Look, this is not in our reviews right here. These are clothing reviews of that pre-filled template. This is where Hillary needs your help. She would like for some of you to write a review on like your favorite product. And if with your permission, we would love to put it here. Look, we'll even give you a coupon code if you'll write us a review. Bryn says, you got it. Thank you, Bryn. Just know that it will be published on here with your name, so we have to have that permission. And then on down, bring back your passion for creating. This talks about our online courses. You can see our photos haven't quite loaded in there just yet. This had to go on today because our app developer can't go any further on our new app without this website going public. So just know if you want the newest and best version is coming. We also have something new coming. Look up here at the top. Here's Nail Art Toolbox. You can click her and it'll take you straight over to Toolbox. This will be expanded. This will be her own landing page. Once you get here, you can bypass Nail Art Toolboxes if you would like. But I'm sure you saw that other. Look what else we got coming. Look what else. Oopsie, get off of there. Coming very soon. Is, let her load, the Queen Ladybug outlet store. Oh, girl, stop. Stop it. I don't think she has anything there right now. Outlet. Okay, so it's linked to our gel polishes right now. Please do not be confused. There are some that are on sale over here that's linking to that outlet store. Once the outlet store goes live, it'll look a little bit different, okay? It'll look a little different. It has to link to something right now, and these are already on sale. These are already on sale, so this is nothing new. But the outlet store will be last minute, something we have less than 6 of in stock, okay? Or it'll be something that's been discontinued. That will be over in the outlet store, okay? Are you loving it so far? Yes, girl. 2026 new arrivals. When you click that, these are not new. It has to link to something. This is linking to our eye candy collection right now. Just kind of want to explain that. But eventually, when everything loads, that'll link to all of our new 2026. And student portal login, and there'll be a couple of more here. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? Coming soon, our jelly cat eyes. Coming very soon in the Duchess and Darla collection. Very exciting. We are no longer doing seasonal releases, okay? We will no longer have a spring, summer, fall, Christmas. We will do our releases in little soft launches so it's easier for our team to manage because you know what? We don't want to give you a halfway of anything. And you can see behind this product, these are all lined up down the hallway right now for quality inspection and all that kind of stuff. It takes time for us to do all of this. We can never get a product in today and sell it tonight. Don't you love what's trending? Yes, I love what's trending. The current beauty edit. And this will change as trends change, obviously. So thank y'all for letting me indulging me on that. Okay. Oops. Sorry. We are not painting that. We're going to make this tonight. Y'all ready to learn how to make this? If you did not watch last night, you're going to need some crystal embossing gel. This is the same as this. This is just the updated jar. So if yours looks like this, it's totally fine. After I went live last night and showed you how to make the blue one, which is at my studio at home, I do apologize. I'm still at work today. But after I showed how to do this, I had several requests. Miss Tracy, can you please put us a bundle together for our candy ball? So I put that together tonight. It's under the Rose Candy Ball bundle. And everything that's in this bundle will create this little lady, except your top coat. You are going to need a top coat. So let's get going. Need a top coat and probably I would say a glitter gel polish. There is no code for that. There's no code for that one. If you have a free shipping code or some bug bucks and you want to grab that, go ahead and use it. Now I'm using the trending item, the hottest item this week. I'm going to be using our IntelliCure lamp. Let's see if we can get her in here so I don't cure all of my gels and that kind of thing. Okay, let's set our palette up first. In this particular bundle, I've included the 3 gel polishes that you'll need to make these colors. If you're going to translate this to maybe purples or blues, then you're going to have to follow suit. You got to have a light, a medium, and a dark. This is Pixie Sugar. I love this lamp too. It's going to Florida with me for sure. Then you're going to need pink gumball. And then you're going to need Everlasting Gob Talker. This makes a beautiful, beautiful rose. This is my favorite color combo to do in the roses. I promise you, if this is the color combo you learn your rose with, and then you go and try and change that and do it in purple or blue or whatever, it's never going to be as pretty as this one will be. You need these from Michael's. Look, y'all, I have the spring colors in these as well. These are over in the scrapbooking area. Those ones are pretty, aren't they? And they're like $7-ish a container here. I don't know what they are in your area, but we're going to use the gold ones. And then the glitter gel polish I'm using is called Diamond Shimmer. This is in the Queen Ladybug collection. And she looks like this. All right, here we go, GGO. Press-on nail artists, listen up. This can make or break your press-on nail business because nobody does these on nails. I'm going to use my little wooden cuticle stick tonight. And we're going to go into our crystal embossing gel, and we want to put just a tiny bit on the end of that cuticle stick so she's like that, okay, and go down into whichever one of these beads you want to use. Wait, I've got one open. Hold on. This one. And put a little of those gold beads on there. Can everybody see okay? I want to make sure before we get going here. All right. Turn my lamp on. Oh, Oh, please tell me she has a charge. I might have run her charge down earlier. Hold on. Let me get my cord. Yes, Lord. Oh, she is dead, honey. She is dead. No worries, I always have a backup. Okay, my backup I can't fit under my camera here. Let me just freeze this, and this will have enough charge then that we can add to it here in just a second. I thought I put her back on the charger, but it's been one of those days. Okay, so she is frozen. Let's just make sure. Now we're going to take Diamond Shimmer. I'm just going to use it right from the bottle, that little bit of gel polish. And I'm just going to brush over those beads a little bit, not completely, but enough to where I'm seeing some shimmer on top of that. And then hold that down, let gravity make that little bulb on there. Because look, here's what we're doing. Look in the center of that. That's what we're making. Keith, would you see if the display lamp in this is charged for me? And the IntelliCure that's right here. Okay, so there's what she should look like. Now, if you're putting this in a big lamp, you constantly have to do this right here. You're going to rotate that like a little rotisserie chicken, or else once we start dipping, this is going to get real, real lopsided. She got a charge? No, if it's blinking, no. Check one of the, thank you. Okay, now once that's cured, we're going to dip. Let that drain. And now start to twist. Hold that upside down so that little bulb forms on there. And twist, twist. See what's happening? I'm going to freeze that. I'll be right back. So that we get this in the middle. Right there. And there she is. Okay, here's our palette set up. Pixie Sugar, Pink Gumball, Everlasting Gobstopper. You're going to need a 00 brush. I prefer 00 for my petals, just because I'm going to get that kind of beefy. I don't want skinny petals, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I want a little acetone. To clean my brush with. I'll put her right there. Now we're going to work from darkest to lightest, because if we're looking at a rose in person, in the flesh, it's going to be darker down in the middle than it is on the outers. Did I trim my brush? No, I never trim 00. Now, when I put 00 away, I make sure she has some gel in her, and I always close her to a point. Okay, so here's the first 2 petals. This is completely different than the one I showed last night. Here's the first 2 petals on this one. You're going to half moon it. It's almost like, and when you lay these petals down, let me just kind of paint one on here. In a half moon shape, but you don't want the top of that moon to be smooth. You want it to be like this. And then you will fill it in because that's what creates the ruffly petal. Let's get our example one and look here. See those petals in there? All right, first two petals. We'll split this little ball right down the middle. Let me move that out of the way so my camera stays focused. And now bring that on down the nail. Now, when you're painting with gel polish like this is not quite as thick of a gel polish as the solid gels are. And by the way, the kit is still available from last night. You almost go have those touch, but not quite. So because we're using gel polish, typically I double coat these, not for color purposes, but for thickness purpose. Can y'all see that? I've left just a tiny little opening there, or you can see those beads, and that's really too close. That's too close for my liking. Let's put that on again. Look, it's a whole lot different trying to look through a camera and do this than it is actually doing it without it. Okay, so there's one. There we go. There we go. And two. One and two. Y'all with me? We just split that right down the middle. We got to fully cure this gel polish. Let's do a 30-second cure here. Go pop her in the light. And you can see those two center petals right there. They look a whole lot bigger on this one than they actually are, because once we start dipping the flower, the resin, this crystal embossing gel actually magnifies everything. So don't be worried about that. Okay, that was 30 seconds. I'm going to go right back over that one more time. Again, I want it to have a pillowed effect on it. I want my petals to look a little thicker. Okay, and back in the light for 30. We'll come right back in a second. If you are using, let's talk about this color pattern just for a second here, because if you're going to go into like blue, for example, this is a warm pink. This is a warm pink. Is why I chose a warm, kind of like the ivory to put with that. But if you're going to do blue, blue is a cool color, so you wouldn't be able to use that with your blue, because this will make your blue turn green. Blue and yellow make green. Everybody following me? I would probably maybe use a baby blue or a pale gray, and then your medium blue and your dark blue. Okie dokie, we're going to dip. I am dipping in crystal embossing gel. Okay, now turn that up so she can start to level. And twist, 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 twist until you just get that nice little round ball. And now I'm going to go into my light. And my little baby one is charging here. It shouldn't take her too long. I have this one plugged up, babe. It's fine.
I figured it might be two.
Okay, don't undercure your crystal embossing gel. There's what she looks like. Right? Now we're going to mix. We got to make a color. we're going to go with, we can't go straight in to this next color because it's too light because we started with this one. So we're going to grab a tiny bit, that one, and we're going to mix these two together. So she's like that. Next petal is going to go across this way. Now keep her up top here. This is 2 petals as well. So the first layer is 2 petals, second layer is 2 petals, and then it starts to change. And that's ever so slightly, just a little bit lighter. Turn to where the opening is at and put another petal right here. And remember, keep her edge a little wiggly. And now we're going to cure that. Oh, already. She's beautiful. Everything is frozen. Are you guys still there? Okay. Second coat. Let me get in frame, Thelma. Keith, I am hearing an echo from your phone, babe. You see the separation in those petals? That is perfect. Girl, let's cure. Let's cure. How's Thelma? She's overworked and underpaid, honey. Oh. I'm sorry you had to exit and come back. Sometimes it depends on internet connection or something like that. I don't really know. I do know our new live class platform is incredible. It is incredible. Babe, there is an echo coming from your phone for some reason. Oh, maybe because you walked away from it. Yeah. Okay, gonna dip. Now, after each petal layer, you've got to dip. And Megan Sugg, if she's still here, Megan did the candy ball last night that I did live. It was exquisite. Girl, I know you're going to do this one. I already know it. Now look, she's a little lopsided, so I'm going to dip again just to make sure I get all the way down to the neck, because once it starts going lopsided and you cure it lopsided, you got a lopsided rose. Just give that time. Oh yes, there we go. Now look, you're going to rotate that like a little rotisserie chicken inside of your nail lamp so she cures nice and round and doesn't shift anyway. Okay. This is the goal. We want her to be almost perfect if possible. And not to worry, if you get one that comes out lopsided, you just shave off one side with the e-file, girl. It's just more work. It's more work. Yes, I'm going, you see how this right here, I've not done any filing on this. I dip down to that little neck of that every time, June. And I just kind of like to touch it and make sure she's cured out. Let me go about 10 more seconds here. Just about 10 more. Last night I used a dotting tool. I don't have a dotting tool here like that to use, and you saw when I removed it, it took my little end of the dotting tool out. I put a little oil on it, and wouldn't you know, after I got off my live, she came right out of there. Okay, now we're going to make this middle color. It is like our mid-tone of everything. Now we're going to take some pixie sugar over here, and we're going to take a little bit of pink gumball, and we're going to make a lighter version of that. You don't even have to mix it up all the way. It's fine to leave it variegated. Now here's where the magic starts. We're going to drop this petal down. We don't want it to be quite as tall as that one. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And pull that petal down and color her in. Look, I like to freeze these a little bit as I go. So I'm going to freeze that for about 5 seconds. Because it's gel polish, we can do that. And we have a charge on our lamp here. Good girl, good girl. Let's turn it on around. We're going to go up close to, let's see, I like to catch my openings first, and then I'll come back and fill in the other ones. We want this petal to sit really close to where this one stopped. So go there and really come down. Trail that, take a steep downhill on that. Okay, it's not quite as tall as that petal, but almost. Now I'm going to freeze. Just go under my little light there. We're going to do one right over here. Go up close to that petal, come down, fill it in. Just color it in like a coloring page, and now freeze. And let's do the other side. And then we'll do a full cure on that. Not quite as tall as that one. And pop down. And let's cure that for 30. Go right inside my big lamp here. Any questions so far? These are not hard. Once you make the roses, you're not going to want to do any other kind of flower, because these are very, very pretty, and they're just stunners once you affix it to the nail. Now let's do a second coat over that to pillow these up just a little. And when I do my second coat, when I get to this point, I'm only going to do a second coat like on the free edge of that petal. I don't need it down here. I just need it right there. See the one that has the second coat versus the others? And right here, free edge of the petal. Look, I've done this with one stroke before. I've one stroked these petals. If you are a detail-oriented person, you could trim this out with some of your metallic liner gels. You would have to line every petal, but you can take this as detailed as you want to, or as non-detailed. Okay. Oh, goodness. Look, look, look. And now let's get a 30-second cure on her before we dip again. I never used the pixie sugar straight from the container on this one. I'm actually going to take this color that I mixed and lighten it up even more, so we end up with something that looks like this. So you have 4 shades. You have 3 shades of gel polish, but you have 4 shades of petals. Only one you're using straight out of the bottle is the darkest one. All right. Here we go, Gijo. Let's dip her. Dip. And really get that excess gel off the end of there, because you'll end up with a giant candy ball otherwise. And I've actually gone a little bigger on this one than I would on nails, only because I'm live and you guys can see it a little bit better. Okay, look how pretty her shape is. And we're going to get her under this light and spin, spin, spin. Oh, we got a little bit of a run there. Let me get her out from under the light and get that off just real fast. And then I'll spin her again here. There we go. Let me just let that level. Now. And twist, twist, twist. You could have 15 of these things going at once. Get you an assembly line and do all the as you're mixing your color, like do all your middles first and then do all your next petals. And yes, honey, save you some time. Let me just check her cure. Yep. I'm going to do, let me do at least 30 seconds in my big lamp since I'm almost done with this here. At least 30. And while that's in there, let's mix this last color. This is like just a really soft blush. There we go. Okay, look for your petal openings, which we have one here. I got gel on my brush. Let me wipe that off. I can't stand to touch nothing sticky, y'all. It drives me insane. And then I'll have it halfway up my arm and between my fingers. Okay, here we go. We're going to come right up in here with the petal. And then down. Oh, let's do a petal here. Because we're going to file away most of what's on the bottom of here. So we don't want petals all the way down here. And we'll do one here. And let's just bring this one on over here. Go under the little light. And we'll do a second coat of that and really pop that color on those free edges. And there we go. Let's see, one right here. It really does make a difference. Don't skip the second coat if you're using gel polish. If you're using gel paint, that's different. I would still be tempted to do two because the pillowing effect that you get is what creates the shadows in the petals. Look at her, how pretty. All right, let's put her under. And then we're going to dip that one more time before we take it off of here. Girl. Hi, Carlette. Now, I pulled these out. These are the Team Ladybug full cover long stiletto tips. Sorry, that's so close up in your screen. I'm going to use one of those to put my candy balls on.
I got another one charging if you need it.
Thank you. And just a couple seconds left. We're done with our gel polish. I've done these and painted little tiny leaves up inside of mine. If you have followed Nails Magazine long enough, when Orly came out with Builder in a Bottle, was it Builder in a Bottle or Bodyguard? I don't remember. It was one of those. They flew me to Los Angeles and I did a Nails Magazine live with how to make these candy balls. That seems like an eternity ago. It was a long, long time ago. And of course, technology has changed since then, and they're just a lot easier to do now. Girl, that thing's so old, probably in the archives. And now let that gel level down. And spin, spin, spin. And don't stop spinning, whatever you do, because this thing will go lopsided in a hurry on you. These are so beautiful. Megan, I know I'm going to see some of these on your press-ons. I just know it, girl. Look, I like to turn it this way and get a cure on the top of my little ball, too. I know. I know. Colors I've used are Pixie Sugar, Pink Gumball, and Everlasting Gob Talker. Now, I'm going to go in my big lamp just real fast here. Let's give her at least, let's give her at least 60 seconds under the big light. Now, once you have cured under that, rotating like a little chicken, you don't need to do that in your big lamp. Just throw her in there. Now we're going to attach with this as well. While that's in the light, let's get us a nail. I got to open a new one. These are beautiful for competition nails. Matter of fact, I'm taking these with me to Florida for my casting class next week. Look at those. Now, don't shoot me. Do not shoot the messenger, honey. But I am going to use one of our new cat eyes dropping when our new website drops. One of the jelly cat eyes. Girl, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's my jelly cat eye. I can do it if I want to, honey. Lord. You'll get a little sneak peek. We still have 3 cartons of product completely lost that was going to drop when our website dropped. I'm so disheartened. I don't know if it's going to be here or not. Such is the way of business when you do the volume that we do. If we only had one order coming in every now and then, no biggie, but our orders are stacked upon. So you must use no buff on here. There's no way around it. No. These are the full cover. Keith will get it on for you. For time purposes tonight, I'm not going to base coat that, but you would need to base coat it. The jelly or glass cat eye I'm using tonight, you cannot buy this yet. These all have Tea Party names, and they are named after fabric and the color. And guess what? Let me shake her up real quick. These are one coat. If you do more than one coat, you're going to lose your jelly effect. They're one coat. Girl, you better stop it. You just better stop it, Miss Tracy. I am, girl. Oh, no, I'm not. This matched. I looked through all of my, I didn't really have a pink cat eye. And I'm like, dang, I need a pink cat eye to go under my candy ball nail tonight. And so since they're on the website but not shoppable, because our app developers and everybody need access to that information, I'm like, I'm just going to use it, but just know you can't get it yet. He's working on it, Lori.
I can't find it.
They are the, type in extreme long and see if it comes up from there. Sometimes they're tricky to find. Here we go. Look at that jelly. These have a crystal cat eye in them. You must have. We have 12 jelly cat eyes that will drop shortly. I say shortly, within the next 2-3 weeks. Okay, now we're going to cure her. We're going to get her in the light. Now, these. Here's the name of it, babe. We're just going to clip these off of here with our nippers while that's in the lamp. But you better be careful, girl. If you're clipping these in a classroom, you got to hold both ends of that. You'll clip this thing off of here and it'll whack and get somebody in the face. And you don't want that. Plus it sends this part flying. Am I going to list the ones that came in the toolbox? List what that came in the toolbox? Nothing is listed in the toolbox. Well, there she went flying. I don't know where she went. The items in the toolbox can only be purchased. The blue cat eye, no. No, there's not enough. And now the nail art toolbox, the only way you can buy extras, you can buy the extra toolboxes, but not the extra product per se. Do you see my candy ball over there, Keith? She flew away from me. Oh, here she is. I got her.
It's not on the website.
Okay. I got her. You need more of that one? Well, look, it's $22.95 a bottle. You can buy a whole toolbox for $39. So you might as well get you the toolbox. Then you'll have an extra toolbox that you can have for storage. Yeah, it's a lot on our team to, like that toolbox had, what, 6 products in it? It's a lot on our little team to list and photograph 6 products, especially when we only have 4 left in stock. That's all we had left. That's how close we buy to a Beetle box. And to nail art toolbox. I got to clean her, honey. She took a tour of the floor. Okay, we got 2 different sizes there. We're going to go ahead and put a top coat on this. so we can adhere right to the top coat. Do we want this? Let's do matte on her. Let's do matte. Okie dokie. Oh, there's a matte booger. Well, there she is still. She said, oh no, don't go look. It's like I tell everybody, if you want your nail art toolbox to be a surprise and you get classes with it, don't watch classes. Don't watch classes till you get your box. Dang, that's a long nail. Can you imagine wearing that, child? I don't understand your comment. I can only order 2 more. Once they go on the website, you can. Yes, we thought they would be on today, but we got sidetracked with the app developers that we had to keep having conference calls for. You want to do a hand that long? All right, while that is in there, this will not sit on the nail like that. Let's get our e-file. I got mine ready to go. You are going to want a sanding band for this. Let me get this little cuticle bit out of here. And I'm going to say a coarse or a medium. I'm going to use a medium. Put her in there. Now look, you're going to want to hold this with some care, because if you get this too close, if you get this sanding band too close to your fingers, you will burn your fingers. Basically what you're going to do is hold that upside down, and you're going to concave out the bottom of this. You're going to take it down, high speed, very high speed. Okay. I'm going to go on 35. Here we go, Gigio. Little bits at a time, and you see what's happening to the bottom of her. She's going to go like that. Well, Miss Tracy, how much do I take this down? It depends on how tall you want it to sit on the nail. If you want it shorter, then you're going to shave it off and then concave it out. Look at all your mechanics inside there, girl. I think I want mine about like that. And I got to take this one down too. That's why I said don't worry if you have any of that wooden stick left in here. You're going to file it away, honey. I know, Bren. Are you going to try them? Eyeballs, Lord. Girl, I can make you some eyeballs. See what's happening there? Now, that's a little bit deep on that one, so I'm going to take those edges off just ever so slightly. Let me tell you, girls, if you get your skin with this e-file, you will know it in a heartbeat. And there we go. That's it. Get your little paper towel, pop her in here, and alcohol. Clean her off real good. one. Now this one had a top coat. This one did not, is why she looks a little cloudy. And now we're going to fix this to the nail. Whenever I use candy balls, I try to use 2 on the nail, just because I think it looks better with 2 rather than 1 just stuck up there. But that's a personal preference, obviously. Let's get us a little holder. I'm going to put her right on there. Okay, and the first one, look how snug she's going to fit. Girl, yes. She's going to go right there. That's almost a perfect fit. Okay, so we take our crystal embossing gel, same gel we've been using. And we just pop this down wherever we want to put that. Yeah, I was a little messy with that. Let's clean that up a bit. Let's clean her up just a bit. Now the key is you want your crystal embossing gel to spill out underneath the candy ball, because the gel that's underneath there, if it doesn't spill out and kind of pillow around it, it will never cure. But luckily you can see all the way through my candy ball. Let me put my hand down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know why she's skipping around. It's this. Anything metallic makes that skip. You can see all the way through my candy ball. So once I attach her, this will cure really nice and even and strong. But smush it until you get that little seepage. That'll give you the best adhesion. Take off any extra that you need to, and now we're going to get her under this light. Right there. Just bear with me. We got to get her stuck down so she doesn't go anywhere. Oh, the top of pins would be gorgeous with this, Catherine. I've done hair barrettes with this before. Earrings, you could do earrings. Okay, we got enough of a freeze on there. I can show y'all that now. Look what a good fit I got. Okay, let's finish curing that. Do not under-cure your crystal embossing gel. Girl, she will do you dirty if you do. Make sure you get that cured all the way around. And just so you can see what I'm talking about, that you can see through your nail, look. You see there? You see those rings? That's the light penetrating through your nail. Alrighty. Second one. Our little baby. Let's see how she is going to fit. You got to get the concave just right. She's going to go right there. I think. Oh, there's your tips. There's your tips. Look at this, how pretty. All right, let's get our crystal embossing gel there. Now look, you guys, this second one we're going to stick to the nail, but we have to stick it to the first one that we put on. So when we lay this gel down, we let that come up on the side where we've already fit it. So that we stick it to each other and to the nail. And now look at how you've filed her. She has to sit on there just like that. There she is. Let me get her under the light here. Give her a little cure, and then I can bring that back in for you. These are less likely to come off if you have them stuck to each other and stuck to the nail. Hillary told me today, oh, you found it, it was hiding. Hillary told me today, she's like, Mama, we got almost 3,000 products on this website. I was like, what? So that's why our website had to be updated. It's got so much information on it. We're having some crashes, and we're having some slow loading for different persons. It was just time. It was time to do it. I know, and we, Hillary and I manage all of those, and Brooke, the three of us. So if there's ever a mistake on there, honey, it's not intentional. It's because we have so much that we are trying to manage it. Sometimes it just slips by us, you know. We can't help it. Now that one has a little gap. Y'all see that gap right there? We simply go fill that in with a tiny bit of that gel. I'm going to squeegee it in there and kind of be messy with it. Then I'm going to take this little brush that I mutilated and clean that up just real fast. There we go. Because we've not top coated this yet. You're welcome, Sally. Are you going to try it? Bring that in a little bit. And now under the light. Yay. Look, I'm going to put this in my big lamp here and let her get a cure because we're not done with this. To make this look right, so she doesn't look like two candy balls just thrown up there, you're going to need some crystals. This is my Misfit container of crystals. If I have, you know, something left over I only got a couple of, or if I've opened a packet and whatever, I throw them in here. So we're going to go into our Misfit crystals. And we're going to embellish slightly with our crystals.
Michelle said, what did you put around it with the polish brush, please?
Crystal embossing. Crystal embossing. Look, you've made your candy ball out of this. You're going to attach it with the same thing. Gel loves gel. Gel sticks to gel. Glue sticks to plastic. Y'all hear me say that all the time. There is no need to glue this on there with nail glue. And I know crystal embossing gel cures shiny, and we got a matte top coat on the back of there. I don't want you to worry about that right now. We'll go back and tailor all of that here in just a second. We're going to get our crystals on first because this could still come off of here at the joint levels. So joint, I mean here, and I mean here. Let's go back into the crystal embossing gel. We're going to apply to the nail and to the candy ball. Again, to the nail and to the candy ball. And then you choose crystals accordingly that you have. If you have point back crystals, this is a perfect place for those because that little point, that little butt of that crystal can go right up in there, honey. I know I got some point backs in here, but you know, finding them when you need them gonna be a different story. So I'm gonna choose, oh, I love this one. I love her. No, she's too big. She's too big. Let's go right up in with that one. Boing. Did you see how I did that? I stuck it to the nail, but I also stuck it to both of these. And now I'm going to take a little baby one, even tinier. Too big, too big. Get off of there. Get off of there, boo. Let's see. Sometimes these baby ones want to hide. And we're going to go a little baby one. Snug her right up in there. Same thing over here. Right up in there. Oh, there's a baby one. And right there. I'm going to go onto my light and just freeze it here. Let's get her back in. Just freeze your crystals so they, don't move, and then you can get a final cure there at the end. Now, I want to come on down the side and take my crystals that way just a little. So this is where I can just randomly start picking up crystals. I got a little pearl here. I can use that. Child, is too big. Little lady there. And now remember those gold caviar beads we put in the middle of Rose? Go back around those crystals ever so slightly. And now we're going to pick up these beads again. Got a little bit of product on my brush. Look, girl, ain't nobody got time to place these one by one. You grab you a whole little choir of these, and you just lay it on there like this. And as I lay mine, I'm kind of twisting. I'm twisting that brush so that little caviar bead is rolling around in this. And it's not just going to anchor it on one side of the bead. It's going to stick the beads to the nail and to each other. Tap it and let her lay down. Look, if you're in my class in Florida next week, we're going to have a workout. We are going to exercise our nail art minds for sure. Yes, honey. Let's freeze her. You lay them in one by one, girl, you got to quit doing that. We don't have time for that. Just pick them up and then you can place them. Okay, go a little bit of your crystal embossing gel over here. So we're basically surrounding our candy balls by gemstones, crystals, little beads. Gel, they're not going to come off. The reason they come off is because we have not put them on properly in the first place. I've worn candy balls for up to 5 weeks before when I was wearing really long nails or when I would be at nail shows. And child, they didn't budge. Like I had to pry them off.
I just posted the light. Somebody asked if we sold it.
Yes, we still have a few of our IntelliCures in stock. Just a handful. We are going to restock her. They just have to make it. And I want one crystal snugged right up into there. That gel's already cured, so let's add just a touch more. And let's pick out something pretty. Let's see what we got here. I bet she would be beautiful. Yes. And I'm going to freeze. Now this IntelliCure lamp has a sensor on it that you can, as soon as you go underneath it, it'll turn on. I don't have mine on because I'm trying to save my battery. I'll work a few more little caviar beads there. Let's do just some caviar beads up around the top. We have to hide that. We got to hide our mechanics where we put this together. Oh, my stomach's growling, y'all. This is beautiful. So, so pretty. If you are in the Florida area, and St. Augustine is not too far of a drive for you, even if you're not in our class next week, if you want to drive up one night and have dinner with Keith and I, we would love that. We would absolutely love it.
Might get some scrimp. Keith
says he wants some scrimps. I don't eat seafood, so have at it, buddy. Have at it.
Sonny said she might.
Come on, Sonny. Come eat with us. Ooh, this is pretty. Do I want a crystal in there? I do. I do. You only wish.
Where's she at?
Where you at, Heidi? How far are you from St. Augustine?
She might be in another country. Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Girl.
She's in another country.
Keith said you in another country. Oh, yes, that's what she needed. That's what she needed. This is just entirely beautiful. We got a little gap right there. Let's see, let's put this tiny little clear one right in there. And let's cure. And now last but not least, let's just go around this little diamond that I put on here. We want to make sure she doesn't come off. And we've not top coated our candy balls yet. I do that very last thing. Very last. And just snug these up in around there. I like freeform candy ball, caviar beads. I don't like bead, because none of these beads are the same size. So for me to do that, I'm still not going to have them even, because these are the little organic style of caviar beads. All right, and to finish it, one little dollop. Always finish a diamond-shaped crystal like this. This caps it off. One. And then a little itty-bitty one. Girl, you know you're hiding in here. Right there. We'll use that little green one.
You can hold it closer to the camera so they can see it.
Yes, I will. Hold on.
They loving it.
Tweak it at this point. If you got to tweak anywhere, do it. I don't want to get too many heavy beads in there. You would wear that? Girl, I would too. I still have not decided what I'm going to wear on my nails for my casting class. All right, let's cure. Let's go in the big light here. Oh, thank you, June. It's my pleasure. I am happy to do it because I want all of you to succeed in your nail art journey. Gone are the days we offer free nail art, honey. Only people that offer free nail art is people who are not able to do nail art or that shouldn't be doing nail art. Look, we don't get free toppings on a pizza, do we? When you offer free, it takes your worth down. Now, you can offer complimentary. I think it's very nice if you, especially if you track your clients' birthdays, if you offer them something complimentary the month of their birthday. Let me tell you what I used to do for my clients, because that's still in the light. For my clients that had standing appointments with me, they got a free pedicure the month of their birthday, a complimentary pedicure. Most of my clients I served did not get pedicures. They got very involved nail art. Guess what? I knew if I could give them a complimentary pedicure for their birthday, they would be hooked on my pedicures. They also got 15% off the month of their birthday, anything that I retailed. Scrubs, oils, lotions, pedicure socks. This is my matte top coat. Now I'm going to go right up to the edge of my stones, not over them, but I'm going to go right up to the edge so I can hide my crystal embossing gel. It's just another reinforcement, in my opinion, on keeping this on. Let me tell you, honey, after you've seen me put this on here, if you can knock this off, you got a special kind of talent, girl. You have a special kind of talent because she is stuck good. All right, we're going to cure that, and then we're going to top coat our candy balls. And that's how we do it, friends. Can I answer any questions? Now's the time to ask them. Y'all know what I say. I got accused in a class one time that I taught that I didn't learn anything. I did not learn anything in that class. Well, let me tell you something. When you go to Granny's on Sunday and she's got everything in the world cooked and on the table, if you leave there and you're still hungry, that is not Granny's fault. Is it? Is it? No. That is whose fault? That's your fault. That's your fault. So if you're not learning, maybe you had something kind of hit you before you came to class and you got that on your mind. Maybe you're distracted by something. But maybe if you have an open enough mind, just maybe you can learn more from the person sitting beside of you than you learn from me. Right? Now, somebody asked the question, why do you wait till last and coat your candy balls? Because you see all these little beads and stones that are snugged up next to that. This shiny top coat is going to go right down to the edge of that and further stick it on. I do like to put this on with a small brush though. I'm gonna put this on my palette. I'm about out, girl. Okay. Let's get her 00. Make sure she's nice and clean because she's been loaded up with all kind of gel polish, colors, everything. And here we go, GGO. apply this really heavy and let her sit right down next to those beads. And this is going to bring this to life. And because your candy balls are spheres, this will level out really, really nicely on you. Oh, girl, won't you quit? Do down next to the collar here first. And then bring it on up on your candy ball. Very generous layer. If you get this too thin, you're going to see every brush stroke on your candy ball. Girl, that's what I'm talking about now. And so now our little gemstones are further stuck down, and these are further joined together. All right, let's cure that. 60 seconds and we'll be right back out. That is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I promise you, once you do this color combo, you're not going to be able to waver from this one too much. Let me show you what's in the bundle. If you got some bug bucks or if you got a free shipping code, now's the time to use it. These are the 3 gel polishes that I use to make that color combo. Pixie Sugar, Pink Gumball, and Everlasting Gob Talker. Then you get the new design of your crystal embossing gel with that. How you use your bug bucks on the app. Click over on the left, click your little 3 lines at the top, your navigation bar, and slide down to where it says rewards. And when you click that, it'll take you into it further and it'll tell you what you've got. Look, we have some people check out that use up to $200 at a time on bug bucks. I'm not going to mention no names who they are, honey. But for every dollar you spend, you get a point. And then those points convert into bug bucks. And they build, okay? So if you only have a few points, you might have a $5 off shipping code. Or if you've got more points, it might be free shipping. Or if you've let them accumulate and you've gotten several 100,000 points, you'll get Trisha Brown. I wasn't going to mention your name. Trisha had enough to essentially get her Halloween box free had she wanted to use it on that. Now, you can't combine them with any other coupon codes is the thing. Okay, our website is not able to stack codes. So when we don't have a coupon code on something, or if we have a new release or something like that, always check your rewards over there because those are like Starbucks bucks, except they're bug bucks. So you don't know, you might have enough to get your bundle free tonight. That's what comes in the bundle, $98.80. Let's get her out of the light. Oh, and let's look at her. You see those candy balls fused together there? That's why they're not going to come off. It's a one-stop shop product. Technically, this can be used as a top coat as well, but on your candy balls, I just feel like it needs that finish with Ladybug Luster because it really puts that clarity in there. Girl, won't you stop? And let's go this way. Oh, camera. When you get real up close like that, you want to jump around. Look how beautiful. You've got 24 roses done. Girl, good for you. You can change your background colors, and you don't have to do matte like I've done. I've used one of these new jelly cat eyes. And of course, where we've matted it, it's not as see-through. If I had put a shiny top coat on this, you would definitely see the transparency. How difficult is it to remove? Well, that's a great question. Bryn, first of all, you would remove your gemstones here with your nippers. And then when you get up into here, I would just take my nippers and just lightly nip it until it comes off of there. The crystal embossing gel is also dissolvable with acetone. So you could technically file that down just a little bit with your e-file and soak it, and they'll come right off. How did I put my cuticle oil on my dotting tool? It was in a bottle with a brush.
She asked, was it cuticle oil?
Yes, it was. It was. I keep this one on my little station here that I got in a profile something. So yeah, just if you're using a metal dotting tool, just be sure you oil it ahead of time. Other questions? These are beautiful. If you are going to offer this as a behind the chair artist, don't make this in front of your client. You got to have these pre-made for them to choose from before you get there, and then you would price it accordingly. Yes, use your nippers on this that you're not going to nip cuticles with. An older pair is fine. Other questions? Is this in the $3 price range? This would be in your custom price range, girl. This is not even in the top tier. Y'all remember we have 3 tiers. Whatever you're going to call them, silver, gold, platinum, whatever. This does not fit into any of those. This is custom. Custom nail art is priced typically at $1 per minute, if not more. What I would do is price your candy ball so that it includes the application onto the nail. 1 candy ball with crystals would be X amount of dollars. 2 candy balls with crystals would be a little bit more than that. If they wanted a third, a little baby snuck up in there, that would be pretty too. It's just going to depend on their budget. It's going to depend on the length of the nails. Now, I have also done ladybug candy balls before. I've done her little body inside of something like that. Very, very pretty. But I'm going to do y'all some eyeballs. Kim says she wants eyeballs for Halloween, so we might as well do it. Any other questions? I'm here to answer it real quick. Before I go, honey. I know eyeballs would be cool, and they need to be cat eye. You can cat eye all of these petals if you would like. If you're going to use cat eye gel polish on your petals, you would apply 1 petal, use your cat eye magnet, and cure it. Apply another cat eye petal, use your magnet, and cure it. It would be absolutely beautiful, especially at the top of your petals there, to push your magnet so that the cat eye stripe comes right up to the top of the petals and acts like a little highlight. Now, what I wouldn't do is use a cat eye that's gray based. If it has that gray base, it means it has to go over black, like a stargazer cat eye. That probably wouldn't be the prettiest. But these new jelly cat eyes we got coming out here, dropping in just a few weeks, would be exquisite for your candy balls. You could chrome. You could put your petals on and chrome them. Chrome each one at a time. You could outline your petals with a little bit of whipped cream gel or metallic liner. That would be pretty. Any other questions? Just the main thing, don't undercure them. And look, we can still take our little flashlight. Let's take this off. This is how we check to make sure that we are, I bet she already died again because she didn't have much of a charge. I was going to shine her through there so you could see through. You can still see through it, look. To know that our gel is cured. Of course, obviously on a human nail, you couldn't do that. Any other questions? Now, I do like to, when I finish that, I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol. This is all no wipe anyway. I just like to give everything a nice little wipe down because that really shines it up. It makes it even more brilliant. She's beautiful. Is that it? I know. The height is just exquisite from the side. Listen, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow night. If I were doing this and I were going to wear this instead of larger candy balls, I would do my candy balls a little smaller, and I would incorporate some scroll work with mine too. I've got to work on some scrolling tomorrow night for a custom order that I have, so y'all are going to watch me do that. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow at 7. It's open studio week. I hope you learned something tonight. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.